here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today. This afternoon we got to finish off those breeding groups. Because obviously having lambs is really tough the older you get. No! And it looks like he's found a girlfriend already.
I think you'll have him win over in a day or two.
Yeah, he's really friendly.
That's a streaming nice catch of barley.
So let's get started. So we got in pretty late last night and it was very dark. So we left the surprise in the car until this morning, and then we had a neighbor come over this morning real early before chores to help us get it set up. So I guess this is the big reveal why we had to stop our sheep sorting and head out on the road so quickly. And this is the reason. Wait for it. So this is it. It's hard to get it all in on the camera. So this is it. I was on Marketplace and I've been looking for a cabinet for the hallway upstairs to put some more of my duck collections in, and I found this. It's a console. It's got a mirrored back, glass shelves, marble top, and I got a bunch of my ducks in it right now, and it even serves as a nightlight for if people ever come to visit us and have to go to the bathroom. So I can just leave the console light on. I know, you're saying, why did I have to leave all the sheep work behind for this? But the reason is that someone else was coming to purchase it, or so they told me, and I didn't want to risk it. So we got this for $100. I think it's a steal, and it weighs a ton. Andrew and Arnie could barely get it up the stairs. It was so heavy. So that's it. To start off this morning, I thought I'd show you what our neighbors did. They put their horses in the front pasture so that every morning I can watch their horses now. And it's a really nice sight each morning. Hi, you guys. Hi. These are all like rescue horses and ponies. I think the little ones are miniature horses, and the other one, the big ones, are old retired horses. Hi. But they only just recently put them out in this front paddock, and a lot of the times they run around and are having a jolly old time out here. Especially the little ones. They seem to be little instigators. It's always the small ones running around, bucking, harassing the bigger guys. But I just thought I'd show you that because it's so pretty to see them there. But that's hobby farming. Lots of fun. Unfortunately, we got to get to work today after that little mad dash out to Perth to get a display cabinet for my ducks yesterday. So, off to Ewetopia Farms, and we'll be doing chores this morning. See what's happening with that, and this afternoon we got to finish off those breeding groups. Oh, and those are our resident great horned owls that have set up a nest here. Actually, Arnie made that. It was an old tree. We used the grapevines to make a nest, and we put 2 owls up there. instead of taking the whole tree down that had died. As I'm walking to the barn, you can hear the grasshoppers and stuff like that. It's still boiling hot. I think it's the 28th of September, and it's really, really, really warm for this time of year. I don't know what the winter's going to be like, but it's going to be another hot day working with the sheep today. Oh well. I know we got some creatures in here who are going to want to be fed. Hi guys, are you a little bit hungry? You look like you're hungry. Hey, what do you guys think? Would you like to go out for some grazing? Hey? Does that sound like a plan? I think you would. You guys want to go outside? Okay, let's get this door open. Hi girls. Aren't you a pretty bunch? Come on out. Peggy, are you coming too? Hi. It's a lovely summer day, isn't it? There you go. That's Thelma and Louise's mom, who gets to retire here now. She's in with the ewe lambs. Good girl. And we got another one who's not going to be bred in here too. Where is she? There she is. Peggy, how you doing, sweetheart? It's too bad about her leg. She's a gorgeous ewe. She would have been spectacular. Hi, are you going to go out with the others? I don't think she's ever been outside, maybe. You've been outside. They are all out there. Don't you want to join them? No? See, security's in the barn. She'll learn it once she gets to see all the others are out there. There she goes. Good girl, Peggy. Suffolk's just pushed their gate open. They were hesitant at first, but I guess Max gave him a little help. Good job, Max. I didn't even have to put him out. So they weren't too keen about going out the first day, but now, of course, it's always a stampede to go out. There you go. Were you waiting for Peggy? You're a good girl. Okay, so this is like a deja vu. We're gonna hopefully try finish off sorting the breeding groups right now. And step one is bringing all these girls to the other barn to be sorted. Max, come on then. That's it. Slow, slow, slow. Max, stay. Just slow, that's it. We don't want too much running. Go on. Stay here, Max, Ben. Max! Lie down. We try to keep it as slow as possible. That's it. That's it. Better than yesterday. Okay, you guys look pretty good. Well, despite it being 100 degrees hotter today, it's going quite smoothly. We've got Matrix and Leroy's group in here. We got some calls and Toonie. Toonie's going to go over to Lancelot's group. Okay, that's the last of the Dorsets going into their breeding group. Here with the black dots. Black dots are all going with Leroy. And waiting to go over to the barn right now are the purple dots. And they're going with Matrix. And as we were sorting them, we do have quite a few old girls left who will be having lambs next year. Just because their records and their body condition look good. Like this girl here with her bum towards us. Her. She's 8 years old. She looks, see her udder, looks perfect. She's in great shape. So she's going to stay here. A lot of the skinnies in the other group were older ewes, because obviously having lambs is really tough the older you get. But there's the occasional standout ewe like this one who just keeps on going and still looking great. So this is Matrix's group. They're going to be at the back of the barn. Don't expect a lot of action right away because it's about 30 some degrees again right now. September 28th, 30 degrees. We're just getting the rams now. Matrix is going to be coming out here on the loose. He's the short stocky fella. And Arnie tried to put Leroy on a halter because he's a little more wild, but they haven't been on a halter before, so he thought it would control him a bit more, but we'll see what happens if he comes out on a leash or if we chase the two of them across the yard like we did yesterday, which might be easier. It's just that the Hilton ram's a little more spooky. You guys are being really good waiting. Very well behaved. See, he gave up on the halter. Pretty hard to drag a 350-pound ram across the yard if he's not halter trained. He's got a halter on him. Go that way. No, go that way. No. Come on, Ben. No, no. Go that way. There they go. And yeah, I don't like this Hilton ram. No! Well, after being put in the sights of another Hilton ram, he got away. But we finally nabbed him, dragged him across the yard. And of course, little Matrix was a little angel. He just walked right over to this barn. We opened the gate and he went in. Leroy is in holding mode right now with his group of girls, and we're just putting up the barrier between the two. But I can see Arnie's going to be doing the drinkers in this pen because he's just like his dad, from what I can see. Dorsets went in here with Lancelot very easily too. Hi, girls. Not sure. I think he's checking out the ewes. Here he is. That heavy little guy. He's got a couple more extra in his breeding group. And he's got a good disposition. And it looks like he's found a girlfriend already. Hey, we're selling a ram today. Marcia's come back. She owns Kingston, which is the beautiful gladiator ram that she sends pictures of all the time. And she came for another Suffolk and saw this guy. So she's going home with a white one. And he's really nice, eh, Arnie?
Oh, right now I'm only holding him with the nose, and he's actually quite quiet. Yeah. I think you'll have him wind over in a day or two.
Yeah, he's really friendly.
He's just never been touched before, but he's already extremely good. Most rams are flipping upside down and everything.
Yeah, I know. He seems very calm.
So,
yeah.
You want to load him up?
And you're putting him right in with a breeding group?
Not yet.
Okay.
And he's got black on his tips. So that shows up right away. And he has a little bit more of an open face from a Dorset.
It isn't. Yeah.
This is our only Dorset cross that we have.
But it has a little bit of Vito.
Yeah, it would be way back, like several generations, but...
That's fine.
Yeah, the only advantage with this one would be is if you kept his ewe lambs, they would have a higher chance of giving you twins.
Well, she's got some Ritos at home.
Yeah, the females are Rito.
So if you ever did want to breed out a season,
That would work.
he'll breed out a season.
Want to give it a go, boy?
Ben, get out. Max. Ben! Not too bad. There he goes off to his new home. It's funny because when we were sorting rams earlier, we were saying that that's probably one of the best Dorsets out there. So it's good that he's going to a good home. She's extremely good home.
So, just checking to see how good my grass seed's doing. That was seeded down the spring of the year with a shade crop of barley. So, I'm actually looking at it. It looks extremely good. I'm going to show you. So I'm thinking, if you look at that, that's a pretty good population of seed. Pretty happy with that. So I was a little worried about it for a while. So here he just cut the barley a little higher, so there was a stubble from the barley. But I think if you look at that, that's extremely good population. It didn't look that good a few weeks ago, but right now we've had a couple inches of rain. And I'm thinking that this is going to be hopefully a bumper crop of alfalfa next year. So pretty happy with that. I'm not going to walk over the whole field, but I can see the green tint over the whole field. This is pretty well pure alfalfa. I think there's only 15% grasses, and I'm going to guess that's barley coming up right there. But there's still clovers in that too. Now that old barley coming out of the back of the combine was shot out the back. And that could be a little bit of an issue, but that shouldn't make too much troubles. Got a few weeds, not too many. Next year, next spring, these weeds won't even come up. The alfalfa will be so aggressive, it will be in a canopy and cut out the weeds immediately. This field was never sprayed. But yeah, I'm thinking I thought the alfalfa was a little sparse, but it actually looks really good. Except for that seed I forgot to plant right there, that little strip. But that's my problem, but no, happy with that. So you can see right there, see that piece I didn't seed? But look how good the grass seed is. This whole field was cultivated and worked and leveled to put the grass seed on, and I always have the best results with that. So I'm just back here for a few minutes late in the evening to check things out. It's nice to see that the whole summer that something turned out quite nice. So I'm thinking this alfalfa still will grow another 3-4 inches yet before winter. And the corn is really drying down well. So the beards are all burnt off or died off. And the corn's actually The corn's actually already dented, so that's actually a pretty big ear of corn. The corn's already dented. Yeah, it's already drying down, so most of the time after we do the beans, a week or two later, we'll go right into the corn. But you can see the corn's quite green yet. The stalks. It's funny, I've seen lots of people cut silage corn, like right now, that's completely too dry for silage. And that is actually quite good for silage yet. That's actually right on the money for silage. And this is grain corn. This is not silage corn. We'll probably have enough corn to fill my bin. The other half of the corn will be shipped out. So, and I'm going to show you the beans here. So I'm thinking the beans are not too far away. All the leaves have fell off. And there's actually lots of pods. So I'm thinking this is going to yield out pretty good too. It's definitely not a bad crop. It's just a little lower, but I'm thinking it's going to do quite well. So this is alfalfa. And I'm going to show you something here. So this is actually fourth cut right here. It's probably every bit of 8 inches high, which I don't like, because this is not going to be cut again. And now the alfalfa is actually pulling the sugars out of the roots to grow another crop. And I actually wanted the sugars to stay in the root, but I can't control the weather, so. But it's extremely odd that we have that line right there. See that line? I don't know what's causing that. And this alfalfa is here, but seems like it's struggling. Now there is a possibility. See that hill right there is a rock ledge. There's ground over the hill, but the rock is in there, and I'm thinking that rock ledge goes right down in here, right into there. But there is enough ground. But since we had droughts, this probably dried out, because you can see the alfalfa is way better up there where there's more ground. But the alfalfa has come back. It's not dead. You can see it all there. So hopefully with a little more rain, it will grow better. But it's quite odd that that little section right there is all green. And I'm going to think the rock drops right off there. That's probably what's causing that. I'm thinking a sheep would love to be in here right now. Isn't that a beautiful plant? But anyways, I'm just down here checking. I'm thinking things are looking up. So this is the barley field, fall barley. It's actually struggling a little bit, but it's actually in extremely good shape for the conditions we've had. And some of the barley is actually still coming up yet. So some of the barley is laying a little dry. And I'll show you for a second. Hang on. So this is the last barley we planted. And you can see there's still a few of them coming up. That's how dry it is. But on the average, this was planted late, so it's still coming up yet, and it'll be fine. You can see it right there. See the little ones right there, still coming up. And I think it's the end of September. I think tomorrow, today's the 29th of September. So. And there is a few weeds. See, a few weeds, not too many. But next spring, this barley will come up so fast in the spring that it will choke every weed right out. We will not have to spray this. This will not have to be sprayed. So I'm walking without a tripod, so the camera's a little uneven. But yeah. It's nice to see the crops growing for a change. Oop. There's a little spot I missed again. So this section over here was planted about, so that section there was planted after the rain, which is shocking how good it's done. And this section over here was planted just before the thunderstorm. And that thunderstorm dropped a little more than an inch of rain. And I would say, my opinion, that is an extremely good crop of barley. This is fall barley, remember? I think people say, is that incredible? It's covered the rolls right over. And it's got such a nice big broad leaf on it, eh? It should be beautiful straw next year. So these are all, there's a few weeds right there. That's dandelion, a couple dandelions. But like I say, next spring, that barley will come up so fast it will choke that dandelion right out. So these are just a bunch of small fields. So there's a small field here. I think this is about 6 or 7 acres. And then up at that wood line there's a whole big field that goes into the bush back there. It's all fall barley. I'm not going to walk back that far, but I'm extremely happy with that. That's a extremely nice catch of barley. And you can see the ground is still quite dry, but it is moist right there. Not too much, but no, happy with that. And next spring I won't have to get in here. This will all be growing well before I'm on the field. And see, there's a few fields up here. These are just miserable little fields for me that I just wanted to get off my back, because I don't have time for this in the spring. And these fields were not sprayed down with Roundup. They were just tore down with a disc and an offset and a cultivator that leveled it, and then just seeded. There was no sprays used in this field. And we didn't do that hole because that hole basically fills up with water in the spring. So it's probably less than 1 acre, that hole there. It's with tiled land you could drain it into the municipal ditch here, but they wanted $10,000 to drain this little field, and just wasn't worth it for me at my age, eh? But you can see this field had a lot of weeds on it when I started to work it a month ago, and you can see right here, see all the leftovers from the weeds, quite a bit of it. See that? And there's some barley still coming up yet, so hopefully that will just fill in. It's only a few spots, but in other words, extremely good catch. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice to see after all that hard work that something's going to grow. So I'm just going to drive around the block, we call it, to the next road where I have another farm, and I just want to check another barley field, and I'm sure it's doing really good, but I'm on the road now, I might as well check it. Oh, this is the other field. I thought it was struggling a little bit, but it actually looks pretty good. I'll show you. So that's where I missed the planter. I missed the spot there. So this is mustard right here. It's a real bad weed, actually. It's hard to get rid of it. I think it's an oil seed too. So anyways, I guess you can just look at it. It's extremely good. Might have had a little water damage right there. We had that flood, but that's where I mixed the seed, and it's not too bad. We'll look past that, but yeah, you can see he's pretty happy with that seed. So I'm yeah, it turned out well. Really happy. Again, we have a couple deep holes there that are so deep they don't drain, and I'm thinking there's about 2 acres or 1.5 acres there that I couldn't do. which is not a big deal. So this field here is still alfalfa yet. And I'm hoping we're going to cut this yet. So it's just starting to flower right now. And it's going to go dormant here shortly. So now it's the end of September. Probably in a week or two, I'm going to cut this all down. I should get another 70 to 80 bales of hay off of here of third cut alfalfa. But that'll be in down the road a little bit. That jaw right there picks up about 4,000 to 5,000 bales of hay a year. Picks them up and keeps squeezing them. So there's pins right here that go right down that holds that together. And every time you pick it up, there's a lot of stress in that pin. So at 4,000 or 5,000 squeezes a year on this farm, for sure, this is what happens. So yeah, you're upset that things break down, but see where it does? It broke that pin right off. And it's got nothing to do with the pin. Well, you can say the pin's too light. But every time you squeeze, there's a lot of pressure on that pin, and eventually it snaps. They say that's hardened metal, but hopefully it is. But so snapped that pin this morning, and I took a pin out of my other pair of jaws, took that pin out and stuck it in there to keep me going. And I just ordered 2 brand new pins this morning. Should be here in 2 or 3 days. But I guess that's the price that you pay for farming. But I was just doing the math. On these bales. And yeah, we pick them up 4,500, 5,000 times or more, because you're picking them off the fields, off the wagons, wrapping them, putting them on a pile. And that's a lot of squeezing. And every time you squeeze that jaw, it's putting pressure on that, and eventually it's going to snap. What's going on with these lambs? Hey, buddies. They're pretty happy to get outside for the fall. I think they probably want a little bit of grain now, as if they need any grain. I just pushed out a bale of hay. That's why I'm out of breath. And it's basically just first cut grass hays. Some of the hay's got a lot of alfalfa. That's got alfalfa in it too. Some's got less alfalfa. But it's just first cut. And they're doing really well on it. You can see the conditions are really well. So just fed them. And I'll save the other half a bale for the morning. I'll just turn it around and roll it out. You guys know that routine. I've told you that 1,000 times. So these guys are all eating. And I'll show you the new rams, if I can find them. Oh, there he is. So that's the guy right there. It's the first time I've used him. And you can see he's not a lot bigger than the Ewes. But he's got a real nice top line on him. He's an RR. I really don't see one fault in that ram at all. The only thing I would say is, should he be a little bigger? But he's right on the feet and everything. I think he'll do fine. We actually, everybody wanted to buy him last year, but we held him back because I thought we could use him, and I'm glad we're using him. So he's an RR, and he's got quite a big group of ewes here. So it'll be pretty exciting to see how he pans out, whether he makes the lambs smaller or whether he keeps the size good. But not really much wrong with that ram at all. Right up in the shoulder, right to the back. Good head on him. Rammy head. And then we got Monster here. Lynn says he's too big for the ewes. But in the next couple of days, I'm going to take the wool off him myself. And you watch, he'll be a lot smaller. But that's a big horse ram. Really a monster head, a real big neck on him. So he's got a nice group here too. This was a ewe that couldn't get up for 5 or 6 days. And now she's doing fine. So we have these walls up like this that the rams can't fight in between the walls, because if you just have a wire panel, they'll smash the wire panel right down at night. They kill each other. So some of these ewes aren't in the greatest shape yet. I want them in a little better shape. And this is the other guy. So he's probably a little bit of a longer ram, and pretty hard to see what's wrong with that ram. That's shut up! That's a Hilton son. Hilton is a very good ram. Plus is really good sheep, and you can see, can't complain about that. That's the ram on this side. That's an RR2, and that is not our ram. They got a nice bale of hay, but they know that they're going to get a little bit of grain now. Hey girls. So we're going to slip over with that machine over to the other barn and grab the bales of grain and grain them a little bit, because we're trying to flush them a little bit.